Good morning. Happy Monday. So today I wanted to talk about trust. The responsorial psalm for today is Psalm 23. In verse 4 is the one that's repeated over and over. It says, "Yea, though I walk through the dark valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me." That's the kind of trust we need to have sometimes. And it's not always easy to trust the Lord in all things because we think we have plans. Like, we've all done this where we are like, we have a plan. This is what I'm going to do with my life. And then the Lord's like, actually, no. So it's trusting even when we don't know where we're going to be ending up. For example, when I left high school, at the end of high school, I was convinced that God wanted me to join a convent. It was going to be great. Like, I was doing his will in all things, and we were going to go to the convent. Well, turns out I went to the convent and I was there for 3 months, and it God had other plans. Like, he would have been okay if I had chosen to stay there, um, because, yeah, I had the choice. It's a free will thing again. Like, if I would chosen to stay, it would have been fine, but God had a different plan, and I listened to that plan, and I left the convent, and it was really challenging um, to call my parents and say, "Hey, can you come pick me up?" Because they went through so much to help me get there, and it was really hard sometimes to trust that even when things go against our plans, that God has a plan and his plan is better. So I ended up leaving the convent and going to college and getting my undergrad degree in theology, and I was able to spend more time with my family, and it was a different kind of trust that I needed rather than just um, going and like I set my mind on something, but that wasn't God's perfect plan for my life. If I had stayed in the convent, I never would have been able to answer the call to consecrated virginity because I would have answered a call to consecrated life in a convent. So it gets really tricky sometimes that trust, even when you don't know how it's going to turn out. I remember um, trying to trust when I was discerning leaving the convent. Those last couple days were really hard because I didn't want to let the Lord down. But I was also afraid of trusting him, trusting that he had a plan, that if I left, it would all be okay. So trust the Lord. Sometimes it's difficult, and that's okay. It's not always supposed to be something easy. It's a struggle sometimes to really trust because we're not always human nature. We don't like to trust as much. We like to rely on ourselves, but that's not how it works. We need to trust. We need to trust God and trust those around us. So have a great Monday. God bless.